Hi everyone.
Hola.
Okay, I am Ana Maria and we are Roots for Water.
I'm Aaron.
And this video is to give you guys a little introduction of our channel, what is happening in our minds, in our hearts. And because in other videos we're gonna be taking action more than talking, we thought it was important to give you guys like a little context of what is moving us, why we're doing what we're doing. So I don't know if everyone is familiar, but we're going through a big transition. There is like all this eco-friendly consciousness rising. We're really happy for that. There is a whole transition network. You can check that out. It's really inspiring. How in Europe and different parts of the world, there are little towns and even big towns going through big changes as a community, having their own economy, having a big impact in their community, nature around them. There is also the global Ecovillage network that is also a big inspiration for us. These are ecovillages are like communities, people that come together to live in a more sustainable way. So the change is happening, is here. And so how are we tuning in with that change in our little actions? And we feel and we think also that the change starts with each individual, with us. It is important like to understand that when we give all the power and all the decision making and all the hope to institutions, corporations, the government, we kind of like lose our power there. So the idea is that we reclaim our power, that we know that we can make the change in little actions in our daily day, with our conscious consumption, with the way that we eat, that we relate with our environment, with our neighbors, and like that we can feel also a lot of hope for our new generations that are coming and for the environment and all nature around us. What do you think?
Sí. Amen. So yeah, basically the change is inevitable. I think most people who pay attention to what's going on realize that the economy cannot grow infinitely on a finite planet with finite resources when the economy depends on the resources for its growth. So what can we do to avoid a total collapse? And the answer is economic descent. So that's basically for us individually, before governments and corporations catch on to the change. Some of them are, a lot of them aren't. So it's good for us as individuals and families as communities to change consciously rather than wait for the time where we have to be forced to change, which would be very uncomfortable and probably scary for a lot of people. So how can we change consciously? We could grow our own food. That's one way. And like Anna was saying, conscious consumption, where are we putting our money towards? What are we buying? Because everything we buy is like whatever you spend your dollar on, that's a vote for whatever you're spending it on. So spend it on things that you agree with, that you believe in, that you want to support. And yeah, so changing consciously, getting ready for the change that's happening now, to take action and be proactive. Because, for example, if we were to experience a collapse now, most people aren't ready for that. It would be a pretty bad situation. Our ancestors in the past, they could handle collapses because they grew their own food, they, built their own houses, they knew how to do their own things. Every town had their own doctor, everybody was a farmer. Nowadays, a doctor has thousands of patients and a farmer feeds thousands of people. Well, what if those doctors or those farmers couldn't supply the population with their needs, it would be pretty bad. So it's good that we take action now, see what we can do in our own personal lives, and by doing that, we're contributing to the change, positive change that needs to happen and is inevitable.
Yeah. And just to add a little bit to that, it's not like we gotta, you know, learn and be professionals and just becoming or like getting out of our passions and projects. It's just getting there to be a little bit more sovereign in matters of health and nourishment that are just basic things of being human beings. And it really can be done with little changes, improving, you know, the health in our body and in our environment. So that's why we bring here this channel to inspire you with little actions, how we can make that change happen in our daily days.
Gracias.